como lo he dicho, es un antihéroe, no es un héroe. Entonces, ahí tenemos a Batman. Batman es un psicópata que busca venganza. Y bueno, pues Blue Demon no se queda atrás.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you as we pass by. A lot of fans pass by and say hi to you. What does it mean to be here at Comic-Con with fans?
Muy contento, es la primera vez que estoy en Comic Con y la primera vez dando estos anuncios tan importantes como la existencia del cómic de Blue Demon Jr., que justamente es el prólogo de la película que viene el año que entra. El cómic es en octubre y bueno, de ahí se derivan muchos proyectos que se han tenido en mente desde hace 13 años. Nos ha costado mucho tiempo de poner la semilla, sembrar y que ahora estemos cosechando todo esto.
And what is the most important thing you want to convey in your comic book and eventually in a movie? Like, what is important to you that you convey to these guys? They'd be like, this is what I want.
El respeto a los valores, el respeto a la máscara, el respeto a las tradiciones y bueno, decirles que realmente las tradiciones, nuestros héroes, nuestros villanos son mexicanos y también deben ser mostrados al mundo.
Yeah, now to the writers. For you, how did you present it to Blue Demon Jr.?
Well, we started as a revival of what we wanted to do as artists was to revive the genre of the luchador film genre, and we were like, "What? How do we build up to there?" That was the last stage, but how do we get there? And there were many steps. One of them is the comic book, but we also have a documentary of his life. We also have a television series. We also have animated series. We probably, have different projects. And the last one, the culminating into a feature or a series of feature films that we already wrote. And what we do is basically bring back the luchador genre into a new light, a new generation, because it has been forgotten. And also, not only that, we want to bring it out of the Latino world and bring it to mainstream and show it to people that are non-Latinos and be like, this is a guy, there's a superhero that has been living since the 40s. It's a character that has existed for many decades now. So we wanted to revive it, recreate it, and we went through all the steps. We have been working for 13 years, going step by step, really putting our minds and thinking about it, partnering with companies like, for example, Exile, Candle Media, our company, Moxie 88, getting them together with Blue to see how we can build a whole institution of a whole corporation of companies to really create this. It goes into many products, and that was the intention. And that was what we tried to do.
Yeah, I think it's important when we're living in a day and age that everyone is trying to create inclusion, and most of the time it's like reverse engineered to force it. That we forget sometimes that we were just talking to someone that made a very big movie with a Latino character, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we were looking at photos of Blue Demon for our design." And I'm like, "Well, why is it always that that James Bond took things out of the Blue Demon movies and Bane is based on Blue Demon and all these things? When is Blue Demon gonna get its time in the modern spotlight?" So we just became obsessed with the idea of like, why not start with the original and build what we believe is what the world should know about the character. Why people in Japan, why people in Europe love the mask, and sometimes we even Latinos forget what the mask means to us. So we really wanted to tell that story, and we found that he actually believed in the same idea of how to bring it to the new age, and we hope that people like it. Truly.
Yeah, you just mentioned that, and I remember, ya me recuerdo ir al cine a ver las películas de los luchadores. And I was like, oh yeah, that was a fun memory. Es un bonito recuerdo ir al teatro. So what do you think about your comic book version?
Yo creo que es una versión muy, muy especial porque retrata justamente la esencia de la persona y del personaje, que son dos cosas totalmente distintas. Es una historia, como tú lo ves, ahorita está en blanco y negro. No me desagrada, pero creo que hay que ponerle un poquito de color, a lo mejor falta el azul, pero realmente yo creo que el personaje es un personaje oscuro, un personaje, como lo he dicho, es un antihéroe, no es un héroe ni un superhéroe, porque los superhéroes son prototipos de lo que no, lo que nunca falla, de lo que debe ser, y la realidad es muy distinta. La realidad es que somos seres humanos ante cualquier cosa, con a lo mejor poderes de una máscara, y tengo la cualidad de poderme equivocar. Entonces, creo que es algo muy ad hoc a la época donde la gente ya está cansada de los superhéroes, de ser, que se porten bonito con la gente. Los quieren ver rudos, los quieren ver malos, los quieren ver con esa esencia de venganza. Entonces, ahí tenemos a Batman. Batman es un psicópata que busca venganza. Y bueno, pues Blue Demon no se queda atrás.
Más interesante así, ¿no?
Así es. Así es.
Y on top of the movies and other comics, what influenced the look and the story?
It's actually it's a very personal story. The story it's about uh, I think that the Blue Demon Jr. has a beautiful personal story, and I think in that somehow it's reflected in the story. It's about learning who your family is, learning how you what your place is in the world, and especially about earning the right to have the mask. And I think that is what is most special about the story, and it's very different to other stories. It's about not a hero that is a hero. It's about a hero that becoming a hero, and by that we were inspired a lot by Korean revenge films, by a lot of great Latin American films, and mostly about uh, heroes' journeys. A lot of heroes' journeys, and especially a very unique one.
Yeah, and for us to keep the essence of the character, which follows certain rules. Blue Demon himself doesn't take the mask off. No one really knows his face, and that is something that sometimes people are not Latinos. Latinos understand it and they get it, but for example, other people that did not grow up in Latin America, they don't. They're like, really? There's a man that really does lives in that way, and that was very important to really keep in that the essence of the character and follow the steps of a character that existed since the 40s. You know, there's rules, there's a dogma, there's an ethos that we followed. So what we did is add what like Dan was saying, Korean revenge films, dark influences of Batman, for example. We don't have to sway away from what the existing films and of the superhero genre that exists. There's something there. We already have that character here. He walks amongst us, so that's the coolest thing that anyone can live.
And are you ready for acting? ¿Está listo para actuar?
Siempre, siempre estamos listos. Y algo bien importante es que, como lo dicen, a veces hay que seguir reglas. Aunque no nos guste, hay que seguir reglas. Pero también hay que no tener ese cuadro de reglas porque hay que seguirlas. Hay que ser también de repente único, hay que ser originales. Y creo que los que estamos aquí hemos roto paradigmas, hemos roto reglas y estamos los tres mirando hacia una misma luz, hacia un mismo punto. Ellos en su manera de escribir, yo en mi manera de llevar el personaje, y creo que ha sido un muy buen equipo.
Y va a haber explosiones, va a haber maromas, se va a echar maromas, de todo.
Va a haber explosiones, va a haber persecuciones,
Crashes,
va a haber
fights.
crashes, fights, wolves, fire, drama, tensions, sensuality, politics, demons, gods. It's and also it's rooted in reality too.
I was gonna say, is it practical or is it gonna be like big CGI?
A little bit of both. It's a big film, especially we hope it's gonna be a big film in the way that it has never been done like this for Latin America.
Muy bien, muy bien. I'm excited for the film. I'm excited for the comic. You guys got me excited about it. Korean revenge films. All right, we're onto it. Bueno, mucho gusto.
Muchas
y
gracias.
mucho éxito.
Muchas gracias.
Okay, gracias.